Ba 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 bum 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 ba 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 bum. Hello! Welcome one and all to the Tardis Wiki Roulette Christmas special. I am a very festive Ryan today. How are we doing? How are we doing? Oh my god. It's the 3-year anniversary of Craig the Panda's YouTube channel, so well done to them. It's so loud. How loud is it? Is it too loud?
Yes.
Is that better? Is it a bit less obnoxious now?
No, turn it down.
What an occasion! No, it's perfect. They're all saying it's perfect. I can see that the levels are perfect on here. How are we doing, everyone? We all doing good? I'm doing good. I'm feeling very festive and very dapper today. Yes. Yes, that is very true. Oh, by the way, Craig. Fucking Village of Famine did not take me 3 months. It took me 2 weeks. One of our actors had some life stuff, so we didn't get lines in until right before. And it was a case of, well, don't do it and wait till January to put our Christmas special out, which, let's face it, bit embarrassing. Or just do it with what we had. So we just did it with what we had. So, yeah. 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. Alongside, obviously, streaming and doing all the other YouTube stuff on here. And, frankly, having a fucking life. Yeah. Magnificently full Alan. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I will defend my team's work to the death. That was the first time we had a guest writer on Answer Doctor, and I am very proud of the work that they did. Red and black? What do you mean red and black? You mean Alan? Yeah, he's looking great. What, did I suggest Wedding of Henry VIII? No, you didn't. I don't think you suggested that. Dating system, end of the world. Oh my god. Good to see you, by the way, Going Metal. Christmas. But yeah, like, I don't mind you, I don't mind you being haha shitposty and shit, but don't come onto the fucking, don't come onto the audios and shit and talk shit. Like, people other than me put work into those, like, it's poor form. Poor form, especially when you know I'm going to run into you afterwards anyway. Like, what you doing? What are you doing? Alright, let's see. Slay. Next. List of stories set in a future now in the past. Alright, that's good. Craig, not a page, sadly. That is sad. Oh well. Oh well. Is everyone excited for Tardis Wiki Roulette today? Here on Christmas Eve. Everyone excited about that. List of story of titles that reference other works. I imagine that would be a very long page. You're hoping to get Alan to land on Promposal? Well, good luck with that. Okay. List of titles that reference other works. I'm not fucking doing a wiki roulette tomorrow. I ain't doing that. Vine. Does that have a page? Does that actually have a page? Do it for the Vine. Why not? What's tomorrow? It's Isaac Newton's birthday tomorrow, so I'd rather not. I'd rather like observe that. Let's see. Right, we are good to spin, I think. No, it's not. It's not a real page. Okay, just gonna it's not a real page. Okay, let me just do this really quickly. And yeah, that is good. That's what you get for not suggesting real pages. Green sleeves. Perfect. Vine is a under the Gregorian. Wait a minute. Is there a way to untime out him? I'm pretty sure if I put him in timeout for 10 seconds, it will untime out him. I meant about Luke Newton's birthday. Oh dear. God damn it. Do we have any more suggestions? Did I miss any suggestions? That wasn't even me, Craig. No, that was me. That was 100% me. Wow, this system is corrupt. It's like the witch trials. No, it isn't. It's not corrupt at all. It's completely fucking fair. It's completely fucking fair. Basically, the way it works is what I say goes. Spin, spin, spin. I should probably spin, though. You are right. I should probably spin. He can say da-da now. You what? Can't wait until Elon brings back fire. Alright. Let's spin the wheel. Alright. Yeah, he's been a little bit quiet today. We didn't give him those words. What do you mean? What are you talking about? I think that's missing half the title. That's okay, I found it. That's okay. We did this again, but we need to advertise in this stream. We can advertise in the stream, that's okay. The error message was Alan speaking for himself and communicating his personal limitations, just not just mirroring us. Guys, buy the noodle incident. Buy the noodle incident. Buy the noodle incident. Buy it. Buy the noodle incident. Buy the noodle incident. Do it. Do it. You should buy the noodle incident on Arc Beetle Press. Buy the noodle incident. Have I done a good enough ad yet? Have I done a good enough ad for the noodle incident? I started my travel channel as Marvel Warp for 4 months in 2022. Well, that's cool, Craig. He's trying to set a boundary with us, his weird cluster of co-parents who don't consider his... What are you talking about? What weird cluster of co-parents are you talking about? To whom are you referring? How far along is Alan in the pier? I don't know what that means. I don't know what those words mean, Najwin. Okay, so we all feed him pages, right? I looked it up, and apparently he can take up to 1,000, so I guess so. All right, time for the free plug of the noodle incident. We are all shaping him like clay, and today he fought back. Stanley Tucci Merlin, the best. Okay, The Noodle Incident, brand new. The Noodle Man series launches with exclusive Archbeetle press crossover serial on April 1st. Was an article written by Aristad Twain and published on 1st of April 2024. It announced The Noodle Incident, a crossover serial published by Archbeetle Press, which acted as an introduction to the Noodle Man, the titular character of an upcoming series. It provided a link to pre-order the book 1, a really incredible character's kaleidoscopically reimagined out there lasagna life. The first book of the Noodle Man, Arc 1, the Book of the Noodle Man. The Noodle Man, brand new The Noodle Man series, launches with exclusive Archbeetle Press crossover serial on April 1st. Was framed as this in-universe article. When we get to the water incident, what's the water incident? Is that a real thing, or are you making up things, and do I need to time you out again? What are you talking about? Is that a real thing? Let's go on the wheel of names. I think you may have advertised it enough now. It's real. What's the water incident? Educate me on that, Craig. Educate me on that. You've reached your goal. Did I? Craig is making things up unless I missed it, but me thinking it's fake is enough. Time him out. See, Cookie Boy gets it. Cookie Boy supports my hopes and dreams. Ace actress almost drowned during filming. I know about that. If they call that the water incident, I've never heard it referred to that. I've heard it referred to as that time Sophie Aldrin almost drowned, but I've never heard to it as the water incident. My goal being advertised the noodle incident enough. I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to do that. The fuck is going on with the screen right now? Why is it like why is the wheel tiny all of a sudden? What the fuck happened there? Oh my god. Why is this happening now? Come on, wheel. You know better than that. Did I see your suggestion? What was your suggestion, Cookie Boy? Was your suggestion... was your suggestion timing out, Craig? Alan could not be tiny. Alan wants independence. I keep telling you this. Alan is communicating with us today. Yes, it is true. It is true. Alright, let's spin the wheel. Let's do it again. Yeah, baby. Theo Possible. Right. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Apparently, Theo Possible was a time-traveling adventurer and DJ. Pike Z. Raoul, a homeworlder who was born in the Drylands and was not a member of his planet's aristocracy, once reflected that, with the exception of a few artists and revolutionaries like Theo Possible, his kind never got the chance to break out from where they belonged, implying he believed Theo to be one of his own kind. Theo trained with the Venusians to become an ascended master of Klatchki. While having adventures in time and space, Theo had numerous encounters with Obesk Bilik before killing him. Beak travelled with Steve for some time, but their adventures together ended when Steve was disintegrated by an symmetry fiend. Theo eventually semi-retired from the adventuring life. You know what? The fact that you would even ask that... The fact that you would even ask for a face reveal of Alan, the fact that after all of this free entertainment, you would dare push on Alan's boundaries like that, timed out for 1 minute. Timed out for 1 minute. There you go. There you go. That's what you get. To be an adventurer and DJ, you'd have to be a world-renowned DJ, or as Bruce said, a really bad DJ. Or a really cheap DJ. That is also true. Theo hosted a party in the Zona Obscura for all the ideas which had become lost in the ether. Theo was the festival's DJ. As a sort of cultural exchange, Kelsey travelled with him. You're out of control today, I know! Somebody stop me. Oh wait, you can't. But it all came to a stop when Jimmy the Mandrill invited the Katie Manning, Iris and Panda, and their presence instigated a narrative. Theo had to work with Iris to try to stop Jimmy from consuming all the guests at the party. Kelsey finally killed Jimmy, but some of the DJ equipment was damaged in the process, meaning the party could not continue. Theo left the Zona Obscura in the London Underground train after giving Kelsey his record box. As Theo was not human, he was not resurrected in the City of the Saved. Nonetheless, he visited there by travelling through the Uptime Gate. For instance, Theo died at the DJ'd at the after party for the coronation of Salvinder Heatdeath in the city. On another occasion, what is this? What is any of this? Imagine getting invited to DJ in Tibet. Welcome back, Craig. I hope you enjoyed your time in Purgatory. Steve had invited Theo because the woman to whom he was engaged was Helen of Troy, and they needed help getting away from all the Greeks and Trojans that also wanted Helene. Theo helped the couple escape in a U-boat while he was left with a pedalo as his escape vehicle. He pedaled for his life and managed to escape to a major road in the nick of time. Theo hitchhiked in Cran's Fraction and rested for the first portion of the journey back to the Uptime Gate. Theo woke up while Cran's Fraction was telling his life story to Terence Moody and recognized the name Litany Cromehurst, but could not place it. Theo then told Cran's Faction and Terence the story of his recent adventure with Steve and Helene. After arriving at the Uptime Gate, Theo treated Terence to a meal at Lucrezia's diner. Theo introduced Helene to Terence, instigating a relationship which would result in the two marrying. Theo was a black man of indeterminable age who dressed entirely in white. He had braided silvery hair and a goatee. Theo's white suits were made by S. Stratton. I'm bored. Where's David Tennant? Good question. I don't stalk the man. I don't know. Oh. The City of the Saved is the Doctor's companion Compassion turned into a humanoid TARDIS who resurrected every human who ever lived inside her as a source of power, remember? Ryan, can I get David Tennant on as a guest? Yes, but I'm not going to do it. He really wants to be on the show and I won't fucking let him. I might be able... Can we pass him off as Tennant? I could get Jacob Dudman. Is that good enough? I could maybe get Jacob Dudman. Is that good enough? I could definitely get Dominic G. Martin. I could definitely do that. That's David Tennant caliber, right? I think so. That would be so cool, not gonna lie. It would be kind of cool. If I ever got Dom on this, I would make it my challenge to, like, make him hurt with laughter on camera. I don't think I would trust you guys with Dom, though. Alright. How do I get inside where? How do I get inside where? Don't tell him I think his 11 is way better than his 10. Imagine just get Jacob Dubman on and be like, and known for this really good doctor and these ones too. He does really good work. He does really good work. Why are you talking about the reverse of Mpreg? What's wrong with you? I don't get to know. Oh god. Alright, spin the wheel.
Yeah, baby.
Loser hand gesture. Love that. Love that a lot. Yeah. Ryan, will Mpreg appear in Joys of the World? Possibly. We've already done this one. We're not doing it again. I'm spinning the fucking wheel again. Alan, you want to spin again?
Yeah, baby.
We did do this one, yes. Craig, what message did you retract? What message did you retract, Craig? What did you say, coward? Ha ha. Why would you retract that? That's fine. The fuck is this article? You have waited for this moment. Hang on a minute. I want to check what the longest you can put someone in timeout is. Ryan, thoughts on hairline? Genuinely, if you do have a receding headline, like, probably just shave that shit, man. Probably just shave that shit. Probably just shave that shit. You look way sexier, trust me. We're talking about receding hairlines right now. Obviously, that's not something I have to worry about. I have a magnificent hairline. But for those who do, just shave it, man. You look way cooler. Buff that head. I don't know. I don't know. No, go on testosterone. I mean, it depends on what your end point is, I guess. Thank you for the... Seriously, dude? Seriously? Shave? Buff that shit? You will look like a porn star. Do that. You will look way better for it. Trust. Genuine advice. Like fashion advice from Ryan. Do that shit. Speaking of which, though, let's take a look at this. But yeah, no, it's not like... It's not cool to mock people for having a receding hairline, because that's like genetic. You can't help that shit. You can't help that shit. Weirdly, I don't feel that way about... I'm not that good looking. I'm sure you are gorgeous, Bruce. It's fine. You want to transition into an older version of you like. Yeah, that is true. It is true though, all folks do have transition goals in a way, because like, I mean, like a dude who lifts weights to like get buff to impress other dudes, how is that not gender affirming like self-care? How is it not that? I don't know. Look at all those fucking politicians who wear like lifts and shit. Like, I don't know, that's gender affirming care. Yeah, absolutely is. I don't know. Yeah. Everyone's on a journey. Everyone's on a journey, everyone's always learning. The key is to always be getting better and not to get worse. For fuck's sake. Okay, as a Mark 6 combat mechanical quickly determined, Graham O'Brien's hairline was receding. Was it? Hang on. Hang on. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Receding. Receding. Look at that. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. That is a hairline that has not moved in 12 fucking years. Okay? Receding. I didn't write the novel. I know, but like, what the hell? Especially when you... I know you didn't write the novel, though. I hope you didn't write the novel, but check this out. That's a receding hairline, and I have to say, he wears it very well, Margatus. Toxic masculinity is not a page. But yeah, I am going to take issue with the first fucking example on this page. Oh, can we add this to the subcategories? Pages that Ryan picks a fight with. The incarnation of the Doctor, commonly known as Fred, had a receding hairline, as did the Unbound Master. Why is that funny? It's the as did the Unbound Master. It's just so matter of fact. I love it. Hey, that's that right there. That's a receding hairline. See how it's marching backwards? Away from the battlefield. Petition to get Nick Briggs on Wiki. Can you imagine? Could you imagine? I think he'd be up for it. I think he'd be a right laugh. What the hell is that thumbnail doing? What thumbnail? Do you mean my thumbnail? Which thumbnail? Which thumbnail are you talking about? The Fred one? He's just chilling. He's just a normal man. Innocent man. Craig is sending fake pages again. Hold on. Hold on. My highly trained team of assassins have picked this match. This is totally me upholding the ethics. This is totally me upholding the ethics of the game, and not just me childishly lashing out because Craig talked shit about my fan audio earlier. By the way. On the left, pushing the behind the scenes down. Oh. I don't see it. I don't know what it's technically doing. I'm not the person to ask that question. I'm the person who spins the wheels. Time's Craig out. Alright, let's go again.
Yeah, baby.
Oh dear. BBC Election 24. Alright, I'm feeling merciful. I'm gonna let Craig back in. One second. I worked out a way of doing it. He'll be back in 10 seconds. Thank you for the reminder. Welcome back. Potion, noun, potion, potion, synonyms of potion, a mixture of liquids such as liquor or medicine. BBC Election 24 featured Clive Myrie and Laura Quisenberg. Its logo featured the number 24 made up of shapes of various colours. It was once advertised in Wonder Central. Laura Kuensberg is canon. Who is that? Is that the news lady? Well, that's cool. We should probably spin the wheel again. Hypermasculinity, really?
Yeah, baby.
Did I send Craig the Panda to Rwanda? Oh dear. Julius Pringles. Now, what could this possibly be? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's to look it up. Oh my god! Did we actually roll Tradwife yet? We did not roll Tradwife yet. We did not roll Tradwife yet, no. North Korea, JK, 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 yeah. Yeah. And yeah. You added the BTS after the last stream? Cool. Well, we'll get to that. A mustachioed character was depicted on a green tube of Pringles. The character was depicted with white skin, brown hair, and a green mustache, and a red bow tie. Although unnamed in the Tom Baker sketch, the character seen is Julius Pringles. I didn't know his name was Julius Pringles. By the way, that's insane. I didn't know his name was Julius Pringles. Like, what the hell? The mascot for Pringles. Interestingly, Julius Pringles' name was originally a case of cytogenesis. In 2006, it was added to Wikipedia as an internet hoax, leading to extensive media coverage of this claim, until the company embraced the name which had been chosen for their mascot in 2023. And then in 2025, Ryan Molyneux made a YouTube video about it and made like $60. Unless he gets a sponsor, in which case $260. Don't say her name 3 times, you will summon her. Whose name am I not supposed to say 3 times? I could use an extra viewer on this stream. Anyway. Can you show Julius Pringles' face, please? Yes, I can. I can, in fact, show Julius Pringles' face. 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. There. Look at that. In glorious high definition. Isn't that wonderful? Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. There we go. There should be an article listing Tardis Wiki cytogenesis cases. There should. There should. Alright, let's have a look. Boom. Boom. Alright. Spin that wheel. Catch some feels.
Yeah, baby.
Sweet! Najawin's favourite subject. See what Tardis Wiki has to say about the the ongoing toll mutations that are going on in Syria right now. Let's see what insight the Tardis fucking Wiki has to offer. Syria was a country on Earth! Oh no. Oh no, define timeout. What do you mean define timeout? Hi, you're just in time for... You're just in time for Syria. Welcome, Aristide. Welcome. Welcome. Syria was a country on earth which shared a border with Turkey. Damascus and Aleppo were located in Syria. In the year 6 AD, Caesar Augustus decreed that the governors of Syria and Judea should conduct a tax census, the census of Quirinius, requiring all citizens to travel to their ancestral homes. Syria was a part of the Roman Empire during the 1st century. During this time, the Roman army put down revolutions in Syria. Amongst other places, according to Gemellus, a positive slew of men claiming to be the Jewish Messiah were cropping up in Judea and Syria during the reigns of Augustus and Tiberius. In 1190, Saladin was the Sultan of Syria and Egypt. In 1380, the 13th Doctor briefly visited the Syrian city of Aleppo. In 1911, the 5th Doctor and Wisla Turlo were guided through the Syrian desert by Ibrahim. There they found Gostak's Tardis and included to Botoya, a lost moon of Gallifrey. In the 20th century, archaeologist Edgar Nelson Stanley discovered the Gorgon Talisman in Syria. 21st century, the United Kingdom and United States of America invaded Syria and overthrew the dictator before handing power to the United Nations. Audio The Longest Night. British forces. Is the dictator meant to be Assad? Colour. Oh! Oh, so they... No! Okay! I can't work out if that's worse or not. I can't believe that whoever wrote The Longest Night was like, oh, Syria's basically Iraq, isn't it? Fuck's sake. When veteran Colonel Robert Dalton was pulled out on short notice to act as head of unit in Colonel Ross Brummicum Wood's absence, Dalton would later defend the action, retorting the dictator was a threat to democracy in the entire Western world during the ISIS coup. One pundit pointed out to Anglo-American action in Syria and Iraq as the cause of a suicide bombing. Syria was considered to have an unstable political situation around the world. At least 3 factions were vying for control of the country after the invasion. In the 2010s, another war started in Syria that caused many to flee the country. Sometime before 2040, Jin Chuan built dirty bombs for an Al-Qaeda cell in Syria. Jesus. Jesus. Of course, back then, Assad was cozying up with Mr. Blair. It is weird how Syria is usually in like a universe like this, they will like make up a fake country to like have this kind of stuff happen. Like in DC, they have like Kira or something like that, like the Queen Bee country. They always have like a fake country. It's like Fictionasia. You know what I mean? And in Doctor Who, they're like, no, it's just Syria. It's just Syria. Just real world country Syria. I'm going to change your banner tomorrow. What are you going to change your banner to, Craig? What are you going to change your banner to? Alright, I'm going to spin the wheel.
Yeah, baby.
Not going to lie, I don't like made-up countries. How come? You'll find out. Oh, no. Portal gun. I will look up the portal gun. I'm scared now. Is that a threat, Craig? Is that a threat? Do I need to time you out again? Does that need to happen? Okay. They have weird geographies and they're usually forgotten about after their relevant stories. Assad facts: the Assad family in like the 60s had their female soldiers show their loyalty on live TV by biting their heads off snakes. They had their male soldiers Minecraft puppies. live TV. Oh my god. Jesus. Like, what's even the benefit to that? Because, like, it certainly isn't fucking intimidating. You're assuming that Doctor Who writers always knew how to be professional in the 2000s. No, I don't think that Doctor Who writers have ever known how to be professional. Actually, in 2025, Nazareth will become a country. I'm moving to Nazareth. Me too. What is professionalism? I would say professionalism is when you act with the understanding that your actions have a bearing on things that are larger than you. Like with me, even though I'm very chaotic, even though I'm very silly, I'm also always very, very conscious that I am representing all of Something Blue and the entire team of Something Blue whenever I come on and do one of these live shows. So there are lines that I won't cross, and that's also why I will kind of lay down the law as hard as I do. That's what I would define professionalism as, though. That's pretty much it. It's just like being aware that you have like your actions have a ripple effect beyond just yourself, and being cognizant of that. That's literally all professionalism is, in my opinion. What, Sodor has a village with devil worship. Could you imagine? You know, you were saying about you not liking fake countries. I will give you the flip side of that, though. Do you think it would be better if when Doctor Doom comes out in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, they just make him Romanian? Do you think that would be better or worse than Latvian? That would be my question there. That would be my big question there. Okay, let's see. A device was on the 12th Doctor's desk in his office in St. Luke's University. The device is the Portal gun from Rick and Morty. Alright, let's take a look. What is Sodor? What is Sodor? Explain Sodor to me, someone. Like I'm 5 years old. Because I am. Because I am 5 years old. Shazam three-dimensional toilet. Sodor is the island where Thomas the Tank Engine is on. Oh. Yup, okay. I guess I learned a fact.
Yeah, baby.
Good human, Pax head. Captain Pikachu. Ooh. Let's learn what that is. Insert Pokemon joke here. Who worships the devil of the trains? Between Cumbria and the Isle of Man. I didn't know that Thomas the Tank Engine was all set on like a little island. I didn't know that. Really funny. Brain worship is such an idea. Who? What? Why are you talking about what devil worship in Thomas the Tank Engine? I'm looking it up. Looking it up. What the hell? I'm learning things. Hang on. Now, I do warn you that we're going to have to go on fandom for this one. However, found something kind of interesting. Check this out. Why the engines have faces? We're still talking about Thomas the Tank Engine for those of us who are just popping in. Theory 1. Satanic worshipping connection. Audrey mentioned that satanic worshipping occurred in ancient times on Sodor near Kildane. Hence the standing stone seen here. Although he stated that it's probably just local legend and there's no evidence to prove it occurred. Nonetheless, if it did occur, it could somehow relate to the engines having faces. Sirens go off everywhere. I know, I did spit, so... This is fanfic? Is this fanfic? The actual Railway series books were for kids, but the Reverend Audrey really treated them as intelligent people, so made complex stories to explain the redesigns for it. Merry Christmas or Thomas the Tank Engine will possess you. This is our page listing some fan theories about the franchise that would potentially be true, but are just theories. Okay, so it's a bit of harmless fun then. It's a bit of harmless fun then, Najwin. How about that? How about that? At the same time, however, the rule about them only having faces on Sodor is almost always broken within the books themselves. Only like once is it really followed. Seeing as the RWS is set in a realistic world like our own and the illustrations are just representations in universe, this could be written off as another example of illustrative errors. Now, if this theory is true, the sentient faceless machines would also play a part in this. They have always been sentient, like the first locomotive 220 years ago. Ask the creator. I think we should. Who is the Reverend Audrey? That's a good question. That's a good question. You know, Najwin, I wouldn't take such issue with your position on this if it wasn't for the snobbery, man. Like, you can't come on to Something Blue fucking audio and then use the term fanfic in a pejorative sense and then expect to get fucking treated well, mate. I guess we are indeed going grave robbing. I think that's true. I really want to know. I really want to know. Whoa, I'm just not saying it's the actual Kildane stuff. Whoa. Not derogatory. Okay. I respect that. I respect you. You know this. And I know it's not. I don't know what actual Kildane stuff too is. I didn't know there was a fandom for this until today. I'm learning nothing. I know nothing. I'm learning lots, actually. But I will say that I will try to respect this community as much as is humanly possible while I'm here. Drama time, not really. Not really. It's less drama time over here and more like a slappy minute, I would say. A slappy minute. Thomas the Tank Engine has a diehard... I don't fucking know, do I? I don't know anything. That's why you like me. The whole reason that you guys like me is because I don't pretend to be a fucking expert. I would hope. Well, someone once said they like watching my stuff because they like to imagine me yelling at their boss. So there's that. I suppose there's that appeal as well. There's no way there's a Rule 34 Thomas the Tank Engine. Absolutely, there fucking is. I didn't know they had a passionate fandom, but I knew there was porn. Anyone could tell you that. Self-awareness appreciated. I try to be self-aware, I don't know. It is a cool fan theory, yeah, I like it. I think it's fun. What is the actual connection to, like, devil worship and stuff? We're on Jesus's page, so this feels like an appropriate time to talk about devil worship. Trains be fucking nowadays. Yep, that's true, Craig. Never a truer statement said. Trains do indeed be fucking. TTTE is a little like MLP, but less attracted to ponies. No, they're attracted to engines. Gives a new meaning to being railed. I feel like it's I feel like wanting to fuck trains is less weird than wanting to fuck horses, because at least there's no question of consent with a train. Like, it's just a thing. It's just an object. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's less weird for some reason. Town is named Kildane, which is the shortened form of something that translates to Church of the Devil, because people used to worship Satan there. The trains are sapient, Ryan. Oh! Yeah, they are sapient, but that just means that everything I said is still true. I was talking about people who want to fuck actual trains, but if we're talking wanting to fuck the Thomas Tank Engine trains, I mean, as long as they're all like of the age of consent, I don't really care, to be honest. Go for it. For some reason, it's less weird than wanting to fuck horses, though. Am I correct in thinking that trains have been getting noticeably less reliable in the U? I mean, privatization, mate, innit? They can give consent. That's all I care about, is if they can give consent. That's all I care about. I don't care what's fucking what, as long as everything's having a good time. I'm a progressive like that. You know. I see. The ponies from MLP can also give consent. No, I know the ponies from MLP can give consent because they're humans with adult human intelligence. The internet used to call this principle the Harkness test. What concerns me, though, I'll tell you what concerns me, Bruce, is I guarantee there are some people out there who are into MLP because they want to fuck a real horse, and MLP for them is the coward's way out. It's why a lot of people like Lolly, basically. It's the coward's way out. And I mean, my position is they all get both barrels. But that's just me. But I'm saying that someone who is of that persuasion, but with trains, is inherently a little bit less nefarious to me than someone who's that way with animals. Will this video be monetized? Yes. Guaranteed. You should have already gotten a couple of hats already. Jack was already creepy as a character. I agree. What is the Harkness test, by the way? What's the Harkness test? Exactly. I'm looking it up now. I didn't like it that term. Yeah, no, I don't like it either. What's the Harkness test? Oh. Called that. Okay, let's see. Does it have human intelligence or greater? Can it talk? I think if it has greater than human intelligence, then you make the creature take a test as well. It goes both ways. If the answer to all three is yes, then you can fuck it. It's a non-human creature with sapience, and all you... God damn it. Why is it... That none of this explains why it's called the Harkness test, by the way. It's monetized? Are you looking it up? It is good. I'm glad I'm going to make a few pennies off this one. I've told you my story about the BBC and that scene, right, Xavier? I think I've told that story on stream before. Najawin decides to be very pedantic here. What? 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 I can't remember. That's okay. So the story is, I made a video criticizing, the transphobic scene in Torchwood Season 1, and the BBC was like, you can only have this up if we're allowed to collect the money from it. So basically, they were okay with me calling them out for being transphobic, but only if they got to make a kickback off of me calling them transphobic. That. That. I remember telling that story on the stream now, and you agreed with me that that was pretty vile. So... Oh, that was probably automated. Still vile. I don't care. Should be followed though. Do not fuck horses. Yes, true. If we ever meet aliens, the test does seem like a reasonable set of guidelines to me. No, I agree. When I used to, I've worked in care for the elderly before, and when you work with the elderly, there's a term called capacity, and that's the guideline that I would use in the situation of like aliens and stuff. Do they have capacity? Do they have the intellectual and psychological development to be able to make their own decisions and be cognizant of the consequences of those decisions? And also I agree with Najawin. I usually agree with Najawin too. I just like to give them a hard time. But yeah, no, I don't know, because like I disputed it and stuff. I don't care. I've never had that problem with any of my other videos though. Like these are the same character one where I go after Kablam. That one has like close to fucking 500,000 views now. They've never had a problem with that one. They've never had a problem with me calling out the fucking Nazi scene. They've never had a problem with me calling out fucking Big Ten for stuff. But whenever I go after transphobia, they have a fucking problem with it. And I can guarantee that this is true, because the one where I go after the Shakespeare Code, the good old JK bit, that one, they tried fucking taking that one down too. So there's a common thread that I'm seeing here. That's all I'm saying. I don't trust them. I'll never trust them. I'll trust them the day that Council of Geeks takes down their little disclaimer at the start of every video about the BBC. Have you called them out for transphobia towards a horse? I fucking will. A town called Mercy. I actually haven't, but that's a really good one. That's a really good point, yes. Although I will say, in the case of a town called Mercy, I'm less inclined to call that one out because I feel like that was well-intentioned bungling. I don't think it was actual bigotry showing through. Like, negative bigotry. I feel like there's a difference between active bigotry and passive bigotry. Because you can be bigoted just because you don't know any better. But if you actively choose to hate, then you're going to have a fucking problem with me. In Canada, we talk about the level of support needed, not capacity, which sounds a little... Yeah, it's a little bit... Huh. The capacity sounds a little bit ableist, a lot like medical gaslighting. That's interesting. Well, I don't know. I didn't write the rules on it. A town called Mercy and Greeks bearing gifts were written by the same guy. I take back what I said then. You have to look at that with a little bit of suspicion then. Yeah. No, that's fair. I don't know. You get to respond about fanfic, so I can respond about disability. Educate me about disability then. What do you think is the correct way to talk about it, Soto? Can you tell me the correct way to refer to it and talk about it so that I can correct my own behaviour? That could be your little Christmas present to me. Let's see. What's your message, Craig? Hospital homophobes challenge. Even now, it pisses me off that even now the trans rep is not great. I agree, it's not great. The B pulled to Disney and now the only trans characters being extremely minor, barely more than background character. It's like the fucking cliche that the chuds go on about now, where the only fucking trans characters they have are ones that can be easily edited out. Like, it's insane. Don't like it. Should have just made Rose Noble a fucking companion. I forgot about Gothic Paul, because he's Gothic Paul. You just got an ad from Noam Chomsky's masterclass. That's really funny. Really funny that those are the ads that are getting sent out on this. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I do like knowing what ads you get. I do find it quite interesting. But yeah, what do you think's the correct way to refer to that? So, I'm curious. I would like to be, like, educated. Yes. Made a better person, if that's okay. Sure, first, so we understand the fundamentals. Consider what that means in terms of viewing as a baseline as correct functioning. That's fair. Hell, Trudy and Paul aren't even confirmed to be trans in any media. Jeez. Damn, that's not good. I'm going to spin the wheel again. We're going to spin a few plates at once. Here. You get me a little longer than usual today, so don't worry. It's a Christmas special. Natasha Kaplinsky in Whoniverse. Isn't she like the lady who's only a celebrity because she's like in line to the throne or some shit? Isn't she one of those people who's like technically a minor royal, so we give them TV shows and shit? Am I thinking of the same person? So, take a really obvious example, an older neurodivergent person will deal with a lot of gaslighting from people who always think they know better than them. Yeah, that's true. I feel that. I definitely notice that once people find out I'm on the autistic spectrum, they do speak to me differently. Like, they do kind of soften with me a lot, and they do kind of talk down to me quite a lot. I definitely notice that. Because of the narrative that older and disabled people are less capable versions of able-bodied people, undermining both their actual needs and their strengths. Okay. My understanding is that correct functioning is actually a deeply controversial notion in medicine since it has Aristotelian baggage. Oh. I'll never talk down to you, I'll talk up. I know you guys talk to me with respect. I've never felt anything but respect from you guys. Ever. Even when you're fucking around, I can understand that it's coming from a place of affection. Totally. But normal people, yeah. They get very weird when they. I've had people ask me before if I'm sure I'm autistic because I seem so normal. I've been asked that before. I'm stuck. I hope I'm unstuck. But at the same time, social models of disability also have issues when applied to mental. That's very true as well. That's very true as well. Media doesn't help. That's very true. That's very true. Like, I'll give a really good example I can think of in terms of how disabled people are treated, and then I will go on to another article. Another wheel spin. But like something that I notice with me is that like this job that I have now, like I could never have done this even 10 years ago. It would have been impossible to like do this job. Like and it's really funny because if I had described this to someone, I have to qualify what it is that I'm actually doing. I wouldn't have to do that if I wasn't a disabled person. Very interesting. We didn't do the page we landed on. Thank you for checking me up on that. I appreciate that. But yeah, we're doing we're looking at Natasha Kaplinsky. Okay, not the one I thought it was. The hybrid model disability. All right. Natasha Kaplinsky was a BBC News newsreader in the late 20th century and early 21st century. She was also a BBC breakfast presenter. On New Year's Eve 1999, she presented television coverage of the ceremony, talking of how other countries have welcomed in the new year, as well as celebrations in Cardiff. In 2005, she was co-presenter for BBC Breakfast alongside another She presented the programme on the 5th of March when the Ninth Doctor visited Rose Tyler's flat. At some point in the 2000s, she was a contestant on Strictly Come Dancing and would win the show's final. During the 2000s, she reported on the Wardle Stick incident for BBC News. Cool. I love what you're wearing for this important conversation, by the way. Of course. Of course. I know, clip that. We should clip that and be like, Ryan talks about overcoming disability stigma, and then just put brackets inspiring, close brackets. 1 million views, guarantee it. I don't know. So the language I would use rather than comparing people to others or to your own particular, so that you're not fundamentally... Yeah, what's the language? So that you're not fundamentally unintentionally treating others as lesser than. Yes, what is it? Is the language of change over their lifetime. Ooh, I like that. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. And I will say, that is very, very similar to all of the good advice I've ever gotten from like martial arts teachers. So that's how I know that you're telling the truth. Because any good sports instructor, any good like personal wellness instructor in general will tell you this. You're not trying to beat the next person. You're trying to beat who you were the previous day. Like, it all comes down to the only opponent you really have is yourself. You could be a very difficult fucking opponent sometimes, but you got to do that, man. The Feast of Stephen TV story. I'll put that in. This is cool. I know nothing about sports. I was a karate kid when I was like younger because my folks were really into it, so I kind of did. And then I just kept kind of doing it afterwards. And I still have like an interest in like combat sports. Like I still watch boxing and I sometimes watch like MMA and stuff. They're the only sports I watch. I've got no interest in team sports like whatsoever. It's just a little thing that I like basically. But a lot of the stuff that they teach you in like martial arts in terms of mental cultivation are very, very similar to the breakthroughs that are coming out now about like mindfulness and shit. And a lot of people who are toxic will take those lessons and basically turn it into kind of like, you know, toxic masculinity shit, holding in your emotions. And it's not really about that at all. It's about mastering yourself. Basically, like, I know that I'm always going to be kind of chaotic and kind of flappy. I'm always going to be a little bit on the fringe. That's why I've never bothered to strive for acceptability. I've always been like, nah, this is me. You don't like it, fucking fuck off, basically. Always start by asking. Yeah, no, I agree. With anyone's story, you gotta start by asking. But please consider you don't want to be putting narratives onto others. People need the chance to communicate the fundamentals even after being made to feel they aren't allowed to express. Or you break that trust quickly and silently. That's beautiful words, Soto. That's very, very true. 100% true. Do not listen to alpha males, Ryan said loudly at the mic. True. I do it too sometimes. I have my own toxic masculinity sometimes. They will not tell you if the trust is broken, most likely, because the thing is... Oh, here we go. Suspense now, because I'm waiting for the next reply. That's fun. Who doesn't, right? I do love a bit of suspense. But you know, you're right. Everyone has their own things. Everyone has their own, like, problems and shit. Like, I've always found it really easy to, you know, like, kind of group politics and subcultural groups and stuff. One of the reasons why you don't see me on a lot of other, like, fan productions is because I've got no problem if I think someone's being a shit, telling them to their face that they're being a shit. And a lot of people don't like that about me. And it's kind of why I've kind of found this little space here. I've always found it very difficult in the Doctor Who, like, fandom community. The fact that everyone's expected to be nice to each other, even when people are, like, the most horrible fucking people you'll ever encounter. And you guys are all real. You guys are all real ones. So, we only have expectations from people who haven't already made us give up on them. That's true. When you deal with things like systemic gaslighting, which can look like microaggressions, by the way, you have to learn to remain silent. So you have to put that extra effort into letting them know that they can feel safe. That makes a world of sense. Thank you for elucidating on that. Very diverse, yes. It's true. It's a very, very, very diverse collection of white people we have here. And I'm very proud of all of you. No, I genuinely think the community that we formed on Tardis Wiki Roulette is pretty wonderful. I'm very happy about it. Because once you get to a certain point, positive social encounters need to feel wildly positive because that's how CPTSD works. Some of us are half Mexican. Hey, I have some Mohawk like 15 generations ago. It's such a quiet and lonely thing, but you can push past that by being incredibly thoughtful with... Bruce has got nothing. Says here on this ancestry test, it just says 100% white. There's no elaboration. Oh dear. For fuck's sake, message retracted. God damn it. I've had to experience microaggressions and they do make an impact badly. They do. They do. They do. They do. One that bothers me a lot, and it shouldn't, is when people say to me, when like strangers will walk up to me, okay? And they will tell me that they fucking love my voice or they love my accent. Like, strangers will just fucking stop me while I'm getting a fucking coffee and like tell me that they love my voice. And like, I get that it's a compliment. I get that they're saying it because like, to them, it's like this strange exotic thing that they haven't encountered yet. And like, I understand that there's a lot of wonder and there's a lot of joy wrapped into it. I understand that like, when they're doing it from a place of what they understand as kindness. But my God, does it get tiresome being treated as a fucking curiosity all the time. I hate your voice. Cool. I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm glad that you find my voice comforting. So, never complimenting strangers again. Oh no, it's a weird personal hang-up that I have. It's purely me. Like, I think they probably kind of see you and appreciate you, but yes, you are. Yeah, no, that's why I feel weird about it, because, like, I know that when they're doing it, it's not coming from a place of malice. It's not coming from, like, a bad part of their hearts. I just personally find it a bit grating after a while. It's different, like, if I'm doing this, if I'm doing my job as an entertainer, then obviously I love it when people say they like the sound of my voice. But when I'm waiting in line at the doctor's office, yeah, I don't know. Who message retracted? Oh dear. My God. Okay, let's spin the wheel again. Let's do another spinny spin today. I love when we have real conversations about real shit on this channel. It's great. Everyone hates their voice. That's true. That is 100% true. Everyone thinks their voice sounds really different to what it does as well. Hey, no future, but sometimes I'm not up for being seen. Yeah, I love being seen sometimes, but other times I want to fucking disappear. I don't know. I want to be like the Predator and just like turn invisible sometimes. I completely relate to that. Completely. Completely relate to that. Completely relate to that. Let's see. I want to be like the Predator, Ryan. Man, I wish I was an SAO and had a stealth kill. I know exactly what you mean though. I do. Because, like, I get a lot of people, they come up to me, and, because of the Answer Doctor stuff, I have a lot of people who think that, like, I am their ticket to being prominent in, like, the fan Doctor, like, world. I have a lot of people who are like, I've had people straight up, like, start a conversation with me, and then, like, ask me for voice acting roles. Or, like, ask me to write an episode of, like, my fucking show. And, like, honestly, like, I built everything I have myself. Like, You do that. You make episodes, you write stuff, and then come to me and show me what you've made. And I'll tell you if I think it's good or not. But like, I don't know. A lot of people seem to want me to fucking put them on. And then it frustrates me because like, people who I actually do enjoy working with will come up and be like, you don't mean me, do you? And it's like, no, I don't mean you. You should know who I mean. You know what I mean? Aristide Twine, I'm slowly corrupting the chat. I'm a Kantian, to be honest, don't Levi. I don't know what any of that means. I don't know the names of different philosophers. I just know what's worked for me as an individual through my life. I don't know anything about philosophy at all. I tried reading Nietzsche once and I felt like he came off as a bit of an incel, to be honest, and didn't really strike me as someone who understood women very well. That was my main takeaway. So maybe I'm just not built for it. I don't know. Yeah, I won't have to feel dumb alone. What do you mean disgusting? Read your I'll look at your message. Go to the religious section. What you mean here? The Brigadier is into Buddhism. What, like as a fad? Merry Christmas, Jam Jam. Really good to see ya. You know you can pop back in whenever you want. Or not. That's okay. We're always happy to see you either way. He's a big fan. That's cool. Their essential otherness. They hate their infinite otherness. What are you talking? Is that philosophy? Oh my god. A very Buddhism Christmas. That's in totality and infinite. What? I am lost. I am lost. Sometimes I'll watch Mr. TARDIS, and Mr. TARDIS will make some reference to theory, and then just be like, yeah, of course. And I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. Look at you. Understanding fucking theory. Being well read. Alright. We should move on. For those who don't know, the reason I make shots at Mr. TARDIS is because Mr. TARDIS is actually chill. And we'll hear that and be like, ha, that's funny. And then move on with their life because they're chill. I'm really curious as to what Soto is talking about. I'm really struggling to grasp it, but I am really curious. He was writing in the immediate aftermath of World War II. I don't know what any of that means. I'm gonna spin the wheel again. I think we need spins.
Yeah, baby.
Spin! Wedding of Henry VIII and Anne of Cleves. Philosophy started. Let's take a look. What the hell? No! No, stop it! Stop editing the page, Ryan. Is this how people who aren't into Doctor Who feel when I'm making references? I hope so. Because I feel like, a very powerful wizard is casting spells in front of me that I don't understand. That's how I feel when someone talks about this stuff. I'm Henry the Eighth, I am. Oh god. I'm not adding lore to the page, no. Oh. The wedding was arranged by King Henry's chief minister, Thomas Cromwell, as early as 1538, soon after the death of Henry's previous wife, Jane Seymour. By 1539, Cromwell had found Anne of Cleves. After months of negotiations, plans for marriage were made which would have secured a valuable political alliance for England against the Pope. Cromwell particularly favoured the match as it would increase his influence over that of his Catholic rival, the Duke of Norfolk. What? According to one account, Henry was cured of his cataracts by the third doctor. A portrait of Anne was commissioned in advance of her arrival, of which Henry was angered, declaring her to be ugly as his privy. Oh, God. Henry subsequently ordered Norfolk to have the portrait redone to make her look more appealing so that he could feign ignorance and innocently learn the truth upon meeting her. For fuck's sake. The Fifth Doctor and Nyssa had travelled to Henry's court prior to Ina's arrival. Norfolk attempted to influence Henry into abandoning the plans for the marriage and instead marrying his niece Catherine Howard. Henry, sceptical of Cromwell's plan, became infatuated with Nyssa to the chagrin of both Cromwell and Norfolk, believing Nyssa to be grave and wise as befitting of a queen. He prepared to cancel the wedding with Anne. However, the Doctor and Nyssa would later escape from court. That's a really funny exchange in the comments there. Henry the Eighth is Sigma, and then Craig just writes, "No, he's dead." He's back, haven't you heard? He's doing a tour. I would like to have I would like to have the Answer Doctor meet either Henry VIII or Elizabeth I and do like a comedy episode and basically just do like a Blackadder send-off, because I think it would be funny. In between all the horror episodes that I have planned. What do you think would be better? Would you rather see Henry VIII or would you rather see Elizabeth I? Give me your thoughts on that one. Despite his first impression, the two went nonetheless, particularly due to already signed treaties organised by Cromwell. At some point prior to his sixth incarnation, the Doctor received an invitation to the wedding. Soon afterwards, the couple would divorce and Henry would marry Catherine Howard. Oh no, Doctor again. Elizabeth I? Okay. Sweet. Alright, I will spin the wheel again. Is there a reason for that, Craig? I think it'd be pretty funny, personally. But that's just me. Sorry, your phone ran out of battery. The TARDIS is landing just in time for Christmas. I didn't read the invalid section. Yeah, because it was Doctor. And I'm not a goddamn masochist. Alright, fine. It is Christmas, I suppose. In an attempt to display his wealth of up-to-date information, AIEIO asked Doctor and Patience if they were aware that King Henry VIII was going to be married for the fourth time very soon. This failed to effectively prove his point. There you go. As suggested in A Hiccup in Time, There is evidence to suggest that the first portrait Henry VIII had seen of Anne of Cleves was redone, a contemporary portrait of Anne by Barthel Bruin the Elder, possibly being one of the first portraits shown to Henry, was examined using X-ray in 1989. The examination showed that the portrait's pentimento featured a longer nose, among other differences. The title of the short story, God Send Me Well to Keep, alludes to the wedding itself, using the phrase God Send Me Well to Keep, which had been engraved on Anne's wedding ring. Alright. Let's take a look. The TARDIS is landing just in time for Christmas. Webcast! Let's see. What's wrong with these? There's nothing wrong with Soto. Alright, let's take a look. The TARDIS's landing just in time for Christmas was a licensed joint publicity advertisement released on 23rd of November 2024 by Casio Vintage UK on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook. They promoted the newly announced Casio Vintage Doctor Who release of the Casio A159 wristwatch. Give the gift of time. Casio A159 with limited edition Doctor Who Christmas gift box and free TARDIS pin badge now available. The Doctor's TARDIS flies through a bustling street as it reaches the camera. Day turns to night, and now on the side of the building on the right, a billboard for Doctor Who's Christmas return is visible. When the camera... Whoa. I'm sorry. When the camera pans up and leftwards, a giant Casio A159 is hooped to top the building. Ugh. Okay, let's look at another one. What time is it? You got me for a bit longer, I think. Yes, it is Christmas after all. I think we should spin the wheel again. You? Thank you for blessing me, by the way. Lord Thyman. There we go. Let's have a look at Lord Thyman. Ooh. Okay. Come on, promposal. I'm on these nuts. Lord Thyman was an erstwhile time demon from the Outer Void. He used to be the... Oh, shit! Oh, no! Hang on. I got them working again. Oh dear. What a Christmas miracle. It's all fucked. Lord Thyman was an erstwhile time demon from the Outer Void. He used to be the embodiment of time from the void between worlds. Before he reformed and became an ally to the crew of the copper-coloured Cupids. He and Jenny Everywhere were wedded and together and had a child who they named Sophie Everytime. Lord Thyman was once an embodiment of the void, along with Lady Spatium and Squire Pishka. Specifically, he was the embodiment of time and had the responsibility of keeping the multiverse in sync. Thyman quit his post in order to live with the crew of the copper-coloured Cupids. Though retained the powers of his eye, he would subsequently attempt to mend his ways and make amends, becoming Morsalter Prime and working alongside Philatel 426. During Thymon's encounter with Auteur claimed that Thymon's power had been destroyed by the narrative of the crew absorbing his, stating that it was now So, oh, okay. Let's have a look. Oh, that's what he looks like, according to Aristide Twain. Handsome. Is this one of yours? Is this one of yours, Aristide? Let's have a look. Let's find out. Yes! You were the editor on this one. That's cool. Jenny Everywhere lore is so impenetrable. It's like insane. Yes, indeed. He is a big deal in the crew of the Copper Colored Cupids series. I've never heard of that before. In December 2020, Thymon was summoned for his expert opinion after Carter 1277 opened a mysterious gift which contained a large leather-bound book. He was able to determine three things. First, that the book originated from the third universe as opposed to the prime universe. Second, that he didn't know or when the book had ended up in the Cupid homeworld. That whoever was responsible had some very serious metatemporal capabilities. And lastly, that there was something rotten about the whole business. However, Celebration 665 of the Department of Festivities was also consulted on the matter and instead regarded the gift as a Christmas miracle, with a reading of the book commencing once it was agreed Celebration should be trusted more when it came to the proper handling a Christmas present. Feynman then sulked in a corner with some of the other Cupids snickering at his expense, but he was later proved correct when the book turned out to be Auteurs Abecedarium. Many leather-bound books. I understood that reference too. It's about the brow that I'm at. Let's spin the wheel again. Oh, God. The Doctor's age. Oh, my God. It should be an interesting one. Oh, my God. Allergies are going crazy right now. I'm not sure what's up. I'm sorry, though. Okay. You're hibernating. Okay. Contradictory information has... Oh, God. No. Stop. Stop, I say. It worked. Aha. Has the Doctor ever mentioned age since Series 8? Yes. The 14th Doctor tells Donna that he is 1 billion years old in Wild Blue Yonder. It is difficult to determine the Doctor's life expectancy given their ability to regenerate. The second Doctor once stated that as a Time Lord he could live forever barring accidents. A Time Lord named Handrel claimed that a single incarnation of a Time Lord could live for 10,000 years. I want to say something actually. I thought that was hyperbole. No! He's 4 billion years old, by the way. He's still lowballing it. I gotta say this real quick. It's about Doctor Who. I'm staying on topic. It's about, I think that the decision to have all of the Doctors, like, world weariness and, like, space baggage, I think that the decision to kind of delete that for the 15th Doctor and just go, oh, he got therapy off screen, so he's fine now. I think that takes so much away from the character of the Doctor and, like, why people like the Doctor as a character so much. Because, in my opinion, a huge part of the appeal of the modern version of Doctor Who, and by modern I mean from 2005 onwards, okay? A big part of the Doctor's appeal is that they exist in different extremes. And one of the most important extremes that they kind of fulfill is that they are both Batman and Spider-Man at the same time. What I mean by that is they can be like, they can be a very bouncy, very effervescent, very reassuring presence on screen, but it's tempered by this like inner darkness that's that gives a lot of kind of gravity to the decisions they make, especially when they make like light-hearted decisions. So it didn't even leave all of the baggage behind. I definitely think that it's taken the edge from the new Doctor a lot, though. I think it's I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't believe that Ncuti Gatwa would just ice someone in the same way I did with previous Doctors, including 13, by the way. For all of my complaints about the 13th Doctor, they absolutely got this part of the character right. She's scary sometimes. On purpose, too. I like the one in her second Dalek story where she goes all like psycho on the Daleks. She calls them obedient little pets. That's good shit. But yeah, no, I feel like that's been lost a little bit in modern Doctor Who. I think the modern Doctor is a bit too reassuring. All women are scary. Yeah. Yeah. Bruce, being brave isn't about not being afraid. It's about being afraid and taking the leap anyway. It's also evident that Time Lords aged in a way different to humans. The fourth Doctor once told Sharon Davis that he was a teenager for 50 years. He also went through spans of linear time longer than average human lifespans without growing visibly older. You're having a very deep conversation. Cindy Wu pointed out the uncertainty in whether the Doctor gave his age in Gallifreyan or human years, or some cosmic measurement tied to absolute zero universal center. The Doctor once told Nyssa not to ask a Time Lord their age, as they would only lie to you. Whoa! By the time he regenerated into the 11th Doctor, the Doctor had long since abandoned trying to keep track of his age in any way that mattered to anybody than him. I got a question. I got a question for all of you, because it's Christmas and the chat is bi-generated. What's your favourite and least favourite incarnation of the Doctor, and why? This is your essay question for the remainder of this. What's your favourite and least favourite incarnation of the Doctor? I'm going to ask you a basic bitch question. I want to see what answers you give. Let's see where we go with this. You can keep talking about what you consider violence or not, but answer me this first, because this is a Doctor Who show. 12 scary, 13 woman. Oh dear. I like your sense of humour, Bruce. I don't think I've ever told you how much I appreciate your sense of humour, Bruce. Removal of autonomy and violence are not the same thing. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I agree with you there. I don't think I agree with you at all there. I think that absolutely is a form of violence. The caveman Doctor, he's too dumb. You should play the caveman Doctor, Craig. You should be a fan Doctor. You should make fan audios as the caveman Doctor. Should do that. But yeah, no, if you remove someone's autonomy, it absolutely is violence because you're using force to coerce them. Even I understand that, and I'm so stupid I'd willingly host TardisWiki Wiki Roulette. According to one account, the Doctor was the timeless child, a being from another universe with regenerative abilities. Does the caveman Doctor enact violence once we determine what that is? Probably. 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 I want to learn what is frog boiling. What is that term? What are you talking about, Nashawin? Little red doctor, he got consumed by a wolf. Best one probably tied with 7 because I don't know, cool. The worst one is I don't know the 14th Doctor because I don't think they explained it well enough. Fair! Come on, Ryan, even I know that. Saying something is the essence of something else is just saying that they're not the same thing, but they're similar enough that you want to. Alright. Alright. The first Doctor is the best. I'm not going to fucking say that, Greg. I'm gonna time you out for a minute for that one. 1 minute. You go and sit and think about what you just did. We don't play that way over here. I'm really curious as well. Okay. I don't think that type of violence is morally special at all. I just think it's a characterization of different types of actions. I don't think that's what Soto means when they say essence. I think when they say essence, what they mean is that it's the Socratic ideal of the example. From what I'm reading, as someone who's just looking at this conversation from the outside, I lean more towards Soto's definition of violence, I have to say. I don't know. And like, what would you define as violence then, Najawin? Like, it's just a joke. I don't really care what the law says about it. I care what ethics say about it. Right, where are we? It is possible that the Time War affected the Doctor's personal timeline, but not with his age. The racist Doctor bad. Yes. That is true. It is 100% true. The racist Doctor is bad, yes. You'll lean towards... You'll lean towards Nasha wins to even things out. I don't know. I don't really have a horse in this. I'm just calling it based on what I'm seeing it. Timeless child, he stole my lunchbox.
Yeah, baby.
Guys, I'm scared. Caught by the fuzz. Well, I was still on the buzz. God damn it. Yes. Yasmin Khan, also known as Yaz, was a companion of the 13th Doctor and a junior police officer with Hallamshire Police. She lived in flat 34 of the Park Hill Estate in Sheffield with her parents Hakeem and Naja and her sister Sonia. She was of Pakistani descent. As part of Team TARDIS, Yaz often made use of her investigation skills to help the Doctor solve problems. She often questioned people for information and made notes of items of interest to help work out what was really going on. I tell you what, I think that the 13th Doctor era needed. It needed this scene. It needed this scene. Okay? It needed this scene, right? Imagine if this scene was in Flux, okay? Swarm, you know, the Skeletor dude, okay? He wakes up in a small square room with a table and chair. All he can see is a light blaring in his face. A figure walks in. It's Yaz. She doesn't even look him in the eye. She just fucking picks up this big book, slams it down on his hand, enough to break one of the fingers, looks him dead in the eye and just goes, "Now talk!" Imagine if they played Yaz that way. Would have been amazing. And then, yeah, cuts to 13 and Yaz having sex. Whatever sex lesbians enjoy seeing the most. That kind of sex. Oh, for this page, I suggest later adventures. Okay. Okay. Let's take a look at what this scrub got up to afterwards. Hang on. Later travels, is that it? Oh dear. Beating a past Doctor, fighting the Cybermen and Daleks. Lone travels with the Doctor. The Flux Crisis. 3 years in the past, after the Flux. Temporal Crisis. What was that when they were on Family Guy? Departure. Is it Later Adventures? Maybe do Departure as well to highlight her loserness. Later Adventures, yeah, no. That ain't it. Skills. I don't know, I can't. That's the one, yeah, behind the scenes. Cookie Boy got beef with Yas. I mean, she is a cop. Alright. Let's see. Yaz is noted to be the Doctor's companion during the events of the Lonely Assassins, and she warns Yaz to stay in the TARDIS while she saves Larry Nightingale. Yaz and Rose Tyler are the only... Oh, wait. How does this highlight her loserness? No, you were on it for a while. Which one was it? Just do Departure and the thing after it. Okay, I will. Let me just get back to it. Okay. After Dan departed following an encounter with the Cyber Masters, Yaz accompanied the Doctor as she fell into a trap set by the Spy Master. After she was captured by Daleks, Yaz fled back to the TARDIS and received a broadcast from the Master showing the captive Doctor. Using her post-it notes to fly the TARDIS, she honed in on the broadcast in time to witness the Master's force regenerate the Doctor into himself. After abandoning him on an asteroid, she was guided by an AI hologram of her Doctor and rescued Vinda. Together, they forced the Master to reverse the process, restoring the Doctor. I hate the Spy Master name as well. After the Doctor saw the failure of the Spy Master's plans, she was mortally wounded by the Karuks, and Yaz ran out of the TARDIS to retrieve her, carrying her to safety. As the Doctor began to regenerate, she asked to go on alone and took Yaz to a final trip to get ice creams, where they ate together sitting on top of the TARDIS. Afterwards, the Doctor dropped Yaz back on Earth when she had met Thad and Graham on their way to a meeting of former companions. By one account, a time disruption causing ripples in the Cyber Wars prompted the Hollow Doctor to take control of an abandoned TARDIS and reunite with Yasmin Khan. The duo recruited others to stop whatever force was causing these ripples. How do you go from 12 Clara and Missy to Yaz 13 and the Spy Master in so few years? There, she got with the AI Doctor and... To be fair, that kind of makes the Doctor look like a loser, because the Doctor's the one who went seeking out their ex. Please, if you are getting a headache from arguing, then step away from the argument, I would suggest, and just try to have a good time, because I don't want anyone coming away from this special with a headache. I don't want it to happen. You're all good people, and I don't want that to happen. When Yaz gets married, when does Yaz get married? Yaz is a cop and likes AI, confirmed. I feel like Yaz would definitely vote reform. Yeah. Yeah, raise that blood sugar so that's a really good idea. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Then we should spin the wheel again. Okay, spin the wheel. Nardwuar! Does Nardwuar have a page? Could you imagine Nardwuar interviewing the Doctor? Could you imagine Nardwuar fucking interviewing the Doctor? Yeah, I know that you were at the academy, the Pridonian Academy, and one of your classmates, a Mr. Mortimus, said this about you. What do you think of this? I think that would be pretty impressive. Just the fibro thing, which means you're ADHD in a bad way when you hyperfocus. I understand that. Fee has fibro, so like, I know what a huge struggle fibro can be. Very sorry about that. You keep on trucking on though, yeah? There's this. It landed on Nardwuar, that's right. No, where are we going? I'm the opposite. I have, like, real trouble focusing on anything for any kind of length of time. You may be able to tell from my hosting style. Obviously not a page. I know, but I'm still gonna check. Yeah, baby. It might be obvious to you. You're smarter than me. Time Vessel from Attack of the Cyberman. The cysts you have in your eye sockets from intense focus over the years. Could that happen? You think we did this? Oh, well, we can do it again. It's Christmas. Depending on how long it is. It's not very long. We'll do it. It's Christmas. A time vessel was manned by a crew of 3 consisting of the flight leader, Linda Stratton, the time navigator, Ereganus Bates, and a flight engineer. There were several possibilities for the vessel's origins. By one account, it was constructed by the humanoid people of the planet Hatracetri in Repton's cluster. Another account observing that the Morlocks have been one of the few species with limited time travel capabilities at the time of the Second Cyber Wars suggested that the craft was a Morlock time vessel, which the Cybermen had hijacked from the from the decaying Morlock Empire. The vessel might have been a commercial time ship from the 52nd century. Similar to the SS Madame du Pompadour, how it might have been owned by Torchwood or something. Hang on, I'm putting Mom in the wiki wheel. One sec. There we go. Being what was grown from Jack Harkness's TARDIS coral, Stratton might have been the final descendant of Henry Van Statten, with the time machine being built from the cumulative work of the Van Statten family. By another account, it was a time agency exploratory vessel used to observe the last Great Time War. Let's see. Whilst on a flight test, the craft crash-landed on Telos, resulting in the death of the flight engineer, as well as Stratton and Bates' capture by Cybermen. The Cybermen used the vessel to travel to 1986 to try and change history. They hit the vessel on the dark side of the moon. When the vessel returned to Telos, Stratton and Bates died trying to get to it. By one account, the vessel was eventually sent to Gallifrey's distant past during the Time War and was the original inspiration for the first TARDISes. I don't think that's true. The cool people are there in chat sometimes. Sometimes. Occasionally, you show up, yes. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do one more, and then we'll call it a night. Because, I mean, I know I only said I'll go for 2 hours. I'll go for 2 hours. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Merry Christmas. Ha ha! Wheel spins. Timeless dimension. Oh no. Oh no, I got a bad feeling about this one. Should have quit while I was ahead. Let's see. Oh wait, no. The Fourth Doctor and his team at Doctor Who Weekly moved a vast amount of completion entries from the TARDIS to a timeless dimension, a dimension in which time did not exist, so that they can sort through them without readers having to wait so long for the results. A love letter from the Doctor. Ah! It won't send your poster back. Oh yeah, I will let you know. I will do the announcement now, Najawin, while I still have everyone. New year. Some point early January, I will be keeping you all updated on this. On the Twitch, on Wild Magic, which you should all join, by the way. I will be doing a playthrough of Doki Doki Literature Club, because Najawin has been begging me to play this game. I don't know anything about it. It looks like some weird anime girl shit. But Najawin is a loyal viewer and they have asked for me to play it. So I will be playing it in the new year. So like next week maybe. Yeah, join Wild Magic. And I will be playing Doki Doki Literature Club. So fucking join. Be a good time. I don't know what it is. I don't know anything about it. So don't spoil it for me. I'm gonna find out on the day. It's all very exciting. And until then, your loyalty will be rewarded. Yes. Join. I will be doing other Tardis Wiki roulettes before then, so we'll be able to set a proper date and stuff. But I will be doing Doki Doki Literature Club soon. Until then, Merry Christmas to all of you. I'm not streaming on Twitch later on. This is me gone now until the 27th, when I'll be back onto normal things. Have a lovely rest of the Christmas season. Thank you for tuning in so many times this year, and I can't wait to make new incredible content with you. Just before the new year. Until then, I'll see you all later. 26 or 20, sometime soon. 27 probably day after. Because we got to take our dog to the vet on like Boxing Day morning. So I don't know if I'm going to be zombied out on the 26th. But after that, we're there. We're there, and we're going to be doing stuff. And I can't wait. So all of you, I'll be seeing you soon. We're definitely doing a New Year's special. And until then, bye!